Did you know that someone who is seated in the office analyzing information, developing strategies, and making complex decisions uses more glucose than the other person who is engaged in jobs requiring physical strength and endurance, such as in lifting, pulling, pushing, and every other kind of physical activity? Number one is that the brain never rests. Unlike in muscles, which uses only large amounts of energy during physical activity, the brain is always active. It controls essential functions like breathing, regulates your heartbeat, and temperature controls your temperature. It also processes sensory inputs, such that even when you are sleeping, the brain is still working. Number two is the high metabolic demand. The brain, though it makes up only about 2% of your body weight, it consumes 20% of your body's total glucose derived energy. The neuronal cells or the brain cells requires continuous energy to fire signals, maintain electrical gradients. It also communicates with other neurons. Number three, the glucose is the primary source of fuel for the brain. The brain relies heavily on glucose as its main source of energy. Unlike muscles that can use fat or stored glycogen during physical work, the brain has very limited ability to store energy and can't use fats directly. So when glucose levels drop, such as in fasting or intense physical efforts, the brain function can quickly become impaired. The fourth one is that no energy storage for the brain. Unlike the muscles that can store glycogen and fat for later use, the brain does not store energy. So it depends on a steady moment to moment supply of glucose from the bloodstream. This constant demand makes brain activity especially energy intensive. Number five, which happens to be the last, is that the cognitive tasks are complex. Thinking, decision making, memory, and learning involve large network of neurons firing in complex pattern. These activities may not seem physical, but they require high level of coordination and processing, comparable to a computer doing intense calculations. We need to understand that the brain uses more glucose than many forms of physical work because it operates non-stop. It cannot stop